Hey, Epic fam. So excited that we're officially done with Zoom. Hopefully, fingers crossed, all goes well. But yeah, we've got some going on. We're going to have slip and slide kickball. We're going to start meeting in person by grade level every week. And so we've got some exciting things coming. This coming week, this Thursday, we're going to have all of the ninth graders, so our current eighth graders who just graduated, meeting at John Boyer's house from 6:30 to 8:30. We're gonna have a little Bible study in small groups, play some games. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, and then yeah, can pay attention to the emails, and I'll be posting on Instagram all of the details for the coming weeks. And happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. There's probably not any dads currently watching, but I want to talk about this morning. um, I've titled this morning's message, "To Love Your Father is to Love God." Okay. Um, and this was something that kind of struck me in high school that hadn't really thought about. Was in the Ten Commandments, one of them is to honor your father and your mother, to honor your parents. Um, and I never really thought about that. And some of you can imagine, I used to butt heads with my parents. I think most kids do on one level or another. And I didn't realize that trying to honor them and love them was actually a way to worship God and to love God. And so we're going to look at a text in Exodus this morning. I'm going to share my screen here so we can look at it together. It's Exodus 20, chapter 20, verse 1. We're going to be looking at verse 12 specifically. But this is the Ten Commandments. And again, a little backstory. Israel comes out of the wilderness and God gives them these laws, these commandments. Okay? This is what he says. God spoke all these words, saying, "I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery." Now, this is really important that God starts with this, because for a very long time, I always thought, like, why did God create all these rules for us to follow? Like, these rules can sometimes be annoying, or some of them make sense, but some of them are kind of like feel constraining. And a reminder here, what God is saying is, you guys were just enslaved. I'm not here to enslave you again. I'm here to set you free. That's how he starts the Ten Commandments. And so that's the way we want to look at the Ten Commandments, is God saying, I'm not here trying to just make a bunch of rules for you to follow and be annoying. God is saying, I want to set you free from this life. And these guidelines, this law, will help you live a life that is free. And it seems kind of backwards to us. But that's really what it does. When we choose to follow God, he sets us free. He doesn't constrain us. And he goes on by saying, you shall know gods before me. You shouldn't make any images of me. You should not bow down and worship other gods. You shall not use the Lord's name in vain. You should keep the Sabbath holy. And then we come to verse 12. He says, honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long in the land that the Lord your God has given you. And he continues on, you shall not murder, commit adultery, steal, bear false witness, or lie. Okay? And so to love our parents, or to love our Father, is to love God. And I don't know about you, but that radically changed the way that I view my interactions with my parents, right? Because in junior high, sometimes we think our parents' rules are dumb. They won't let us eat candy or drink a lot of soda or whatever it is for you. If there's a way that your parents kind of like irk you a little bit, I want you to think about this. Think about how, man, if I love my parents, if I serve my parents, if I do things for my parents, that's a way for me to love and serve and do things for God as well. When I first felt like God was calling me to be a pastor. A friend of mine said something so powerful to me. He said, if you want to do ministry, if you want to serve God, if you want to love God and his people, it has to start in your home. Ministry starts in our home, right? If you're not a servant at home, if you're not loving your siblings or your parents, you're never going to be able to serve God in a full capacity outside of your home with people around you, okay? It has to start right here in your home. And I know Father's Day can evoke a few different emotions for some of us. Some of us have really loving fathers. Some of us don't have fathers in our lives. Some of us don't have a great relationship with our dad. Whatever emotions come up today, think about, man, okay, your dad is not perfect. Your mom is not perfect. Your dad is not perfect. But they love you, okay? And they are a picture, again, a slightly broken picture because they're not perfect, but your dad is supposed to be a picture of the kind of love that God has for you. Because God is the perfect father. He's the perfect father. And as many good fathers, I have an amazing father. And a father is supposed to protect and care and love for you. And God does that on a very extreme level. So for Father's Day this year, think about how loving God can also be, to love your father is to love God. To love your parents is to love God. To serve your family is to also love God. That really made it easier for me. I hope it makes it easier for you too, okay? I love you, Epic Fam. I'm praying for you. I'm so excited to see you guys in person, and I can't wait. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you soon.